our next guest, a powerhouse on both stage and screen. He's entertained audiences on hit shows such as The West Wing, Psych, Suits, and The Wonder Years.
That's right. Now he's back on stage portraying music icon Nat King Cole. Please welcome Dulé Hill. Great to have you here, Dulé.
Glad to be here.
Let's talk about Lights Out Nat King Cole, right? I mean, everybody kind of knows this, like Nat King Cole, but why did you decide to take on this role? What kind of drew you to it?
For me, it's because Mr. Cole he's held up as being this icon of being suave, being cool, being calm, and being collected. But what I love of what Patricia McGregor and Coleman Domingo did with this piece was that they pulled back the layers so that we can get a deeper look of the cost of it to be that. And I know that as myself as an artist, the only way that I could be here is because of those who've come before me. And so the idea of paying homage to Mr. Cole, but also using this piece to reflect on where we are today as a society, it was a perfect mashup.
Yeah.
And then to be able to work with Patricia McGregor and Coleman Domingo and Daniel J. Watts.
Hello.
I'd be an idiot not to do it.
But let's talk about the music. I mean, these are songs that have been around for decades, and some of us have even grown up listening to this. You know, my parents were always listening to Nat King Cole, Unforgettable.
Unforgettable, a Christmas song, who doesn't know that? Smile.
Yeah. But tough shoes to fill. What was that like performing these songs?
It really is. I mean, and I will say this, Coleman did a great job of drawing me in. Because he said, oh, you know, it's a play, and it's not, you know, it's a play, and you sing here and there. And as we developed the piece, more songs have been added. Because at first I was like, are you crazy? You want me to sing Mr. Cole? Are you crazy? But, you know, as time has gone on, I've spent a lot of time listening to him. I always say that I sleep with Mr. Cole because I play his music and his words every night, and I just let it take me over. And I'm really just allowing myself to be used as a vessel to be able to tell his story. And it's an honor to sing his songs. It really is. Like every day that I get a chance to get on the stage and bring his songs to life, it moves me.
Did you consider yourself a singer?
You know, I always say this. If I'm in a room full of actors and they say, are you an actor? I'll say, yes, I'm an actor. If I'm in a room full of dancers, I will say, yes, I'm a dancer because I'm a tap dancer. If I'm in a room full of singers and they say, are you a singer? I'll say, I can sing. I'm not going to be sitting there with Jennifer Hudson talking about, I'm a singer, you see? But with this show, though, I will say that my appreciation of the song has grown. And who knows where this will take me in my bride of tomorrow. You never know.
So can you explain where exactly this production takes place in his lifetime? It's a pivotal time in his life.
Right. Well, this production takes place leading up to the final performance of the Nat King Cole show. He was the first African American to have his own primetime variety show. And unfortunately, he had to pull the show from the air because he wasn't able to get a national sponsor. So at this point, Mr. Cole is taking stock of what he has gone through, what he has accomplished, what still needs to get done, and the cost of it all. And he's visited throughout the performance through many of his friends, Betty Hutton, Peggy Lee, Eartha Kitt, Sammy Davis Jr. And it's really just him taking stock of where he is. And I think oftentimes we'll be able to, I think the audience will relate to it because oftentimes in life we have to choose when are we going to fight for something and when are we going to smile through it all. And that's really the path that this piece is really navigating through.
Yeah, that's profound because people are feeling that right now at this point in time in the world, right? And I want to talk to you about working with Coleman Domingo, right? Because you talk about him, you mentioned him a few times. First, just the experience of working with him, and then on a lighter note, do you feel like you got to step up your style around him? I mean, he is one heck of a dress. I mean, he is like one stylish guy.
Well, see, what I try to do is I try to go in the opposite direction. So if Coleman is coming, I'm going to throw on some sweats or something like that because I'm not even going to try to take on that battle.
Right.
It's like trying to play Michael Jordan in basketball. But creatively, I mean, working with Coleman and Patricia McGregor, it's been the opportunity of a lifetime. They're both so passionate about their work, and even Daniel J. Watts and the entire cast. I mean, the entire company, they bring their full being to the material, and they continue to challenge you to go further. And those are the rooms that I like to be in as an artist. Is how do we dig deeper? How do we go further? And yes, we know how to do it, but can we do it better? And that's the inspiration that Coleman and Patricia always bring. And they also approach the room with love and grace and space for everyone to express themselves. And it's not always that case in the rooms. But I do feel that when you're in a creative space like that and you allow people to feel like they have agency, feel like they belong, then you're going to get the best the best of everyone.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that from Coleman and Patricia.
It's a much different environment to be in front of a live audience, and people have seen you on TV on so many aspects. But most recently, I watched you in Good American Family.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, talk about that, being in that show and the role that you play.
I love being a part of that piece. You know, while Katie Robbins and Sarah Sutherland crafted a wonderful piece there. What I really appreciated about it was the shifting points of view. For those of you who don't know, it's about it's a story of an orphan adopted from the Ukraine who has dwarfism, and she is legally re-aged to be an adult and forced to live on her own. And there's multiple points of view of shades of truth, and that's what we explore throughout the show. And I play a Detective Drysdale, who's trying to navigate through, I don't know what you would call it, through all the minutiae of different points of view.
Case.
And as it changes, as the point of view changes, your revelation changes. And that's what I loved about the show, is that it allows, I guess, reminds us to dig a little deeper, to ask more questions, not just to take the headline as the gospel. And I think that's the season that I'm in right now, because this show kind of does a similar thing where we say, okay, we know Mr. Cole. How do we look? Let's look a little deeper, and we can get a deeper understanding. And I think in life, if we do that, then we can be more engaged citizens and be better neighbors to each other.
And it's not just taking things at the surface, right? Because people say, oh, I know about Nat King Cole because I know the song Smile. No, well, there's a story.
There's a story behind
that. Peel back
that.
the curtain, peel back the layers, get to the core of the onion. I just want to talk about real quick, because, by the way, Great American Family is a good show. That story I knew beforehand, but this show really put it into a new lens for me.
Yeah.
And I got to Imogen Faith Reed. I mean, her work has been phenomenal on the show. Really, she.
What you thought you know, you don't know.
Exactly, right? But people,
that's life.
yes, amen, amen. But people are kind of getting to know you again through Suits, because it's now streaming.
Yes.
And so here we go with Suits again, and then like a kind of a new audience that's discovering it. Our producer, by the way, just saying he's finishing it up right now. So do you feel like you're getting a new audience again?
You know, that's the joy of streaming, is that the work that you've done kind of lives on. Years ago, if it wasn't being, rerun on a television somewhere, then it was kind of out to the pasture. But people are finding all sorts of things. They're finding Suits, they're finding Psych, they're finding Holes, they're finding The West Wing, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate that it just keeps expanding.
And now
the work lives on.
And now we're going to find you in Lights Out.
And now you're going to find me in Lights Out. New York Theater Workshop.
Yeah, great to have you here. Lights Out, Nat King Cole is a limited engagement. It has been extended, though, through June 29th at New York Theater Workshop. Thanks so much for coming in.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Same here.
All right.